Building a music career or a business is not easy by any means. There's a lot of things involved, and one of the biggest problems is because musicians are not necessarily business-minded. They're creatives, and so they struggle if they don't study this type of thing. They don't study business, they don't study marketing, they don't study all these things. And so you hear a lot of noise. You hear you should be growing a brand, you should focus on giving out free beats, you should focus on building relationships, you should be networking with everybody, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. But the thing that we don't think about is that most of the time we start out as one person. We start out as a solopreneur and not necessarily, we don't have a team yet because we're just getting started. And so the most important thing to know is not just everything, but it's to know how to prioritize everything. Which thing should you focus on first? Which thing should you grow before you move on to the next thing? I want to help you guys out by showing you this little formula that you can see here that these are all things you've probably heard before. They tell you need a team before you can do anything. You need exposure before you can build a business. You need a manager to do whatever for you. You got to grow your brand. You got to do marketing, networking, content. You got to do content every day. You do sales, whatever. Let's break it down, okay? In order to grow a business, this is the most vital thing. This is the bloodline of any business. They need capital in order to grow, no matter what. Because you can't build a brand. Like, you're going to build a very small brand. You're not going to build that much awareness if you don't have money to put into it and to put into those ad campaigns. You put out content, but you don't have any followers. But what can grow you followers is if you had money and you paid other pages to do shout outs for you so that you can use their audience, you can leverage their audience to grow your own. Marketing, if you have marketing plans, you have marketing messages, but if you don't have any ad spend to put behind it, how are you going to do that? How are you going to build a team if you don't have any money? How are you going to hire a manager to work for you if you don't have any money? And so people focus on all these things. In fact, I hear people all the time, they're like, at this point, I need a manager because I'm doing too many things. It's like, great. Do you have the money to hire a manager? And they're like, no, because I haven't created any money from my music yet. Well, that's the first problem, right? And a lot of people are blinded by this. Like, it's so obvious, but we're so blinded by it because we think we need so many things at once. But really, here's the key. Here is the key to getting money. When you're by yourself and you have no one else, you need to prioritize what moves your business the fastest. And what moves the business the fastest is getting money. And in order to get money, the quickest path to money is sales. If you make sales, you get money. You close a deal, you get money. You get a client, you get money. What you should be focusing all your time on in the beginning is sales. Okay? Because this is one of the most vital skills. It's persuasion. It's the ability to communicate. It's the ability to sell. This is the most vital skill that you can learn. Think about this. Sales isn't about being manipulative, it's about being persuasive, not even convincing. Because convincing is getting someone to do something that you want them to do. Whereas persuasion is getting somebody who already wants something, you just persuade them that this is the right idea and you get them comfortable with doing the right thing. And so in order to learn this is the best skill. Let me show you how it applies to other parts of your life as well. Let's say you're fighting with your girlfriend. She raises her voice. You raise your voice. You don't handle it properly. What happens? Everything escalates. Everything blows up in your face. Nobody's happy. You're in a huge argument. Whereas if you have the skills to stay calm, to be persuasive, and keep everything on board, stay logical, then you're going to be able to, bring this fight to a minimum. And that's what the sales skills helps you get. When I learned sales, I didn't think it was going to help other aspects of my life, but then I learned it and I was like, wow, this is the best skill ever. Think about your child too. It's kind of hard to speak to children in order to get them to understand something. If you understand sales skills, you can persuade them in a way where they agree because they come up with the concept themselves. There's a bunch of sales things I can go over with you, but obviously I can't do it all in one video, so I just want you to understand that this is the quickest path to money in order to grow your business. And again, because you need this for all of this, right? You need money to make all of this, and the quickest path is sales. So you shouldn't be focusing your time on branding. You shouldn't focus on building a team that you can't pay. You shouldn't focus on networking and stuff. The first thing you should focus on is sales so that you can elevate everything else. I'm not saying that none of this works because obviously like all of these are vital to your business. Branding is going to move the needle the fastest because branding is so powerful. But here's the thing, you cannot build a strong established brand and reach a mass unless you have money. And in order to get money, what's the quickest way to it? Sales, right? So this is going to be the most vital in the beginning. So if you're struggling right now, you can't get capital, you can't bring in income from your music, the thing you need to focus on is this. You need to focus on getting clients, and you need to get focused on getting sales. Then you can focus on everything else. Because once you have enough capital, guess what? You're like, you know what? My time is starting to get, I'm getting bottlenecked by my time. I'm running out of time. I don't have enough time to do everything. That's where you can take this money that you've been making and build a team so that they can handle the sales for you. You build a sales team and they start bringing in sales for you, constantly bringing in sales for you, and your business continues to grow. You bring in more capital. That way you can start running ad campaigns and building your brand and getting your awareness out there. Same here. Like if you focus solely on content, it's not going to get you anywhere, right? When you have money, what you can do is you can make content and you can have other people promote it for you by having them market. You see how everything interconnects at one point, but the biggest thing is that there is a list of priorities and there's certain things that you should do before you start doing other things. And I will tell you that sales is going to be the first thing if you want a successful business in any industry, even in music. So I hope this was helpful. I just want you to understand, again, the confusion comes up with being like, there's so many things we need to do, which things should we do first? And so people start focusing on content. They're like, I'm not going to make any sales until I build enough content to build a following so I can build my brand and all this, but then they still end up not having money in order to have capital to do everything else at the scale that they need to. Because how much of a brand can you truly build if you only have like $20 in the bank account? How do you build a team? How do you pay them if you don't have the money? How do you get a manager? It just doesn't make sense, right? So the first thing that you need to do is sales. Sales, 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 sales. Hope this was helpful. If you need help with sales, if you need help with building a business, music production, any of that, that's what I teach. I teach music producers how to turn their hobby into a full-time career. And if you want to get started, you want to learn, you're interested in that, I'm going to leave a link to a free training in the description below. Click that, sign up, watch the training. And if you feel like you need a mentor so you can shortcut this whole thing and get this whole thing started so that you can live the life that you want to, doing the career that you want, making music, then you can book a phone call with me and I would love to talk to you. Besides that, I hope this is all helpful to all of you guys, regardless if you book a call with me or not. I want everybody to understand the concept of this, and I hope this was helpful. If you would like, please sub, please like, please hit the bell notification. Please do all those YouTube things, and I will see you in the next video.